Namaste, namaste, namaskar, vanakkam. How's your day? My hair is quite spooky here, but it's okay. So guys, have a happy blessed day today, and happy blessed month of Vajrayogini. Namaskaram, sat sri akal ji, sat sri akal, kya hua beti, kya hua. So this month, according to the Tibetan calendar, this month is auspicious month uh, of tantric practice, which is a Vajrayogini or Vajravarahi. So upcoming 22nd, sorry, this month 22nd till next month, February 17 types or something like that, will be the Chakra Samvara month. And these 2 months, according to the Tibetan month, like 11th and 12th, is a month of Heruka and Vajrayogini. So what is the speciality of this month is that according to the root tantra, according to the root tantra, it mentions that abhisamaya yogini samjala tantra, and also Heruka Vividhana tantra, the root tantra of Heruka Chakra Samvara. It mentions that when Shakyamuni subjugate the Lord of Samsara in Mount Kailash, where he manifests himself as a Heruka Chakra Samvara in Vajrayogini or Vajravarahi in this month, according to the Tibetan calendar. So this month where this Tantra was born, when the first teachings was happened in Kailash, and also in the same time and same day which happened in Kailash, which is Buddha Shakyamuni talk about the Heruka Chakra Samvara and Vajrayogini Tantras, and also in Sri Lankapuri or Lankapuri, where you know the Sri Pada, where in that Malayagiri, where Buddha teach simultaneously on the same day, he teach on Hayagriva and Vajravarahi or Krodikali Tantra. And also sorry, not in Lankapuri. Sorry, Lankapuri was he teach on Dzogchen teachings, Ati Yoga teachings. And in Bihar, in Grahakuti Mount of Vulture's Peak, somewhere in Bihar, somewhere in there, where he teach about the Hayagriva and Krodikali Black Varahi Tantra. So on this same month where Buddha manifests a tree, he can how to say, he can clone himself in three places in one time. He cloned in three places. One is Kailash, one is Grahakuti, and one is Lankapuri. So in same month he teach the same time. He teach the different tantric teachings, where one is in Kailash, one is that when he teach about Vajrayogini and Chakra Samvara, and in Grahakuti he teach about the Black Varahi and Hayagriva practice, and also in Lankapuri he teach about Ati Yoga, Dzogchen, or Mahasanti or Mahamudra teachings. So according to in Vajrayana, the tantric practice which derived from Mahamudra teachings were the united of compassion, wisdom, and Dzogchen or Mahashanti, which bound by some chakras and so on. So this month is very special. Those who have received the empowerment of Anuttara Yoga Tantra practice, like Vajrabhairava, Kala Chakra, and so on. So it is very good. Yeah. So wherever you do, whatever you practice, the purpose of the practice Vajravarahi or any of the tantric practice is to transform your mind, to transform your ordinary mind. That's the most important aspect where you're practicing any of the tantric deities. Yeah. So it's not something you practicing to gain some powers, to gain some siddhis, and so on. So that is not the main important things. Yeah. You practicing a tantric deity or any of the deities as your ishta, okay, it help you to transform your mind to achieve their level of state, the state of primordial wisdom, prajna, wisdom. So that's the most important thing. You guys might understand that. Okay. So that's the most important thing. In Vajrayana tradition, there's a lot of method. Actually, you practicing Vajrayogini or Vajravarahi or Chakra Samvara, Vajrabhairava is not something that you, how to say, to make the practice intensely to gain some powers. That is not the important aspect where you're practicing tantric sadhana. But for you, yes, you can gain some siddhi, you gain some supernatural powers from the practice of the tantric teachings or tantric practice, but the foundation is very important, as I said. So the foundation is very important, which is the renunciation, bodhichitta, and emptiness. These three principal path is very important. Even it's a teaching by the Buddha himself, and also teach by the Buddhist Mahasiddhas, like His Holiness Atisha Dipankara, which is very very important. Yeah. So that is the main reason. When whatever practice, not only tantric practice, whatever dharmic practice, whatever spiritual practice that you are ongoing, you must have a renunciation. What is renunciation? Because people are mistakenly renunciation as something you must renounce your world, renounce your family, renounce your this, renounce that. Means you must go into a certain in forests or in caves, you must practice. No, that's not the real meaning of renunciation in Buddhism. Always, princess. Yes, yes. So the real meaning of renunciation is that you must renounce from your heart, renounce your attachment. You can enjoy every moment in your life, everything that satisfy your senses. You can enjoy that, but should not attach with it. You must know that every compounded things that you're enjoying are subject to decay, subject to change, which eventually leads you to suffering, dukkha. Okay, you must know this, realize this. By that you can enjoy that things without attached. Okay, even though object or circumstances and so on. Yeah. So this is the real meaning what the renunciation means. Renunciation doesn't mean externally, you renounce your how to say, renounce your shirt, or you want to be a monk, or you have to be a yogi, you must be a celibate, you cannot have a family, you cannot living with a family, you must go outside from the family. Not such things. That is not the real renunciation. If you see many monks or many yogis out there, if you go and talk to them, they still have this clinging to their families, clinging to their emotions, clinging to their feelings and so on. What's the point? What's the point they become a monk or yogi? You see. So actual renunciation, even though you cannot go to a forest to be a monk and so on, but even though you cannot be like that, you can live with your home, live with your family, live with your families, live with your loved ones and so on. By practicing in that way, you too can practicing renunciation. Okay, you too can practicing that renunciation by not attaching, by not clinging with a self-cherished mind, which means my family, my this, I want that, I want this. This is what actual renunciation teachings is. Okay, you should not focus on external forces, external circumstances. Rather, you must focus in your internal wise, your internal feelings, your emotions, where this subject to change, subject to when the compound things were subject to change, where eventually when you clinging with that, when you attach with that, the same thing will lead you to suffering, more suffering in your life. Okay, so you must, whatever tantric deities like Vajravarahi, Heruka, Vajrabhairava, and Kala Chakra and so on, you want whatever practice, high tantric practice or lower tantric practice, if you practice it, even the normal sutric meditation, vipassana samatha meditation, even though you do like that, the core qualities you must need is the renunciation internally, not the externally. Okay, so second is a bodhichitta. Bodhichitta is very important teachings where some other non-Buddhist spiritual path, they don't have this. Okay, bodhichitta means, bodhi means enlightened or altruistic mind, enlightened mind. Chitta means mind in Sanskrit. So altruistic mind or enlightened mind, which practiced by all the bodhisattvas, all the the Buddhist practitioners. Okay, wait for a while. Okay, Buddhist practitioners, you must know that bodhicittas is very important. First, I say is renunciation. Second is a bodhicitta. Why you practicing Vajravarahi? Why you practicing Vajrayogini? Why you practicing Chakra Samvara? Why you practicing Vajrabhairava? Why you practicing Kala Chakra? Why you practicing Tara? The sole purpose of you practicing all these tantric deities, it is to enhance your inner qualities such as compassion and wisdom. Karuna and Karuna and Prajna. You know, when you have compassion, if you have compassion towards other beings, but you don't have a wisdom, then you are like a stupid people. Stupid compassion. If you have wisdom but you don't have compassion, you become a demon. So these two things is very important for you to attain enlightenment or liberation or Buddhahood and so on, whatever. So compassion and wisdom is something like correlated together. So by practicing this compassion and wisdom together, you gain bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is something that by practicing Vajrayogini, by practicing Vajrayogini, or I practicing Kala Chakra or Vajravarahi and so on, by practicing that, may I benefit many beings. No, some people practicing tantric practice for gain powers for themselves. To gain siddhis, to gain this, to gain that. Some people are a very high transtic state where they say, oh, I'm going to join with the Devi, I'm going to join with the deity, a union with the deity. But eventually, if you don't have the compassion and wisdom, whatever that you practice is fruitless. Even your own Ishta Devata can become a demon if your bodhicitta, if your motivation is not right. Okay, those who practicing like so-called Tara, okay, let's say they're doing a Tara practice, okay, they chant Om Tarito Tarito. So even by practicing Tara, you gain a lot of powerful supernatural powers. But in reality, by using that power, what you're going to do? Some people are playing with their negative emotion, negative afflictions in their mind. Okay, so by that they're using that same power. The same deity can become a spirit or ghost or demon. The Tara can become a demon, if your mind is not properly guided. Okay, so same goes to here. Any tantric practice, you need soul foundation, which is compassion and wisdom, or bodhicitta. Before you need a bodhicitta, you must have a renunciation, because some people are very attached to the deity. Even you attach to the deity, that same thing will lead you to samsara. Okay, some people practicing Tara, let's say they're practicing Tara so much, but they attach to the Tara so much, that same thing will lead to them to samsara. Again, they won't get any liberation. You see, Tara, Vajrayogini, Chakra Samvara, all these practice are just tools, okay, just for tools for you to attain their state of level, to become them. Whatever you aspire to become, you will become. So whatever practice that you do, let's say you're practicing Vajrayogini, at the end you will become a Vajrayogini, not uniting, not something in other traditions, non-Buddhist traditions, non-Buddhist tantric tradition. They say you're practicing this Devi, you're practicing this practice, at the end you will uniting with the God or uniting with the deity, uniting with the goddess. That is not that. Uniting and becoming is two different things. In Buddhism, there's no uniting, but in Buddhism, you becoming. Okay, you must know these two words, Swabhava and Bhavana Utpattina. So there's two things, uniting, unification. Becoming is different thing. So in Buddhist tantric traditions or tantric practice, it is a method that you use. As I say, compassion is a method and wisdom is a result. Okay, so when you're practicing, let's say you're practicing Vajrayogini, okay, it's a method, it's a tools, not a worshipping, but it's a tool for your inner transformation. I cannot go deep, okay. I just solely can give you simple things, simple explanations. Yeah, all these Vajrayogini practices is actually to transform your mind, your chitta, your ordinary chitta, your ordinary self bringing mind into a Buddha mind, the mind of the Buddha. By, let's say, in Vajrayogini practice, you're doing the mantra, you're doing the meditation, you visualize yourself. Like say, this is Vajravarahi. You visualize yourself as a Vajravarahi. You are no more, let's say I'm a Sri. I'm no more as a Sri. I'm a Vajravarahi. I am Vajravarahi. So by practicing in that way, self-generation, self-visualization as the deity, it helps your consciousness or your psychological way. It affects a lot. It can transform your mundane mind, mundane egoistic mind into the mind of compassion, mind of wisdom, mind of the Buddha, or mind of the Vajravarahi or Vajrayogini. So by transforming and transmuting the mind, eventually you become a Buddha in this one lifetime. That is why Buddhist tantric practice are so much, so much effective to the self-development into the state of the Buddhahood. Okay, so that is the reason. So why I'm talking this thing, because there's a lot of requests about this practices, these teachings. Please, Anne, talk about this and that. So because of this month is a month of Vajrayogini in Buddhist traditions. So according to the Tibetan calendar, it's a month of Vajrayogini or Vajravarahi, where the Buddha Shakyamuni or Gautama Buddha manifests himself as Heruka and Vajrayogini in Mount Kailash, where he subjugates the world, Lord of all the samsara's world, which is Mahadeva and Umadevi in Kailash. So that's why Kailash is located in Tibet, and also if you go to Kailash, you can see surrounding the Kailash, you can see a lot of Buddhist temples and monasteries, because for the Tibetans, for the Buddhists, it's a place where Vajrayogini and Chakrasamvara manifest the Shakyamuni Buddha or Gautama Buddha. To manifest there, they preach the Tantra, Heruka Tantra there. So this is very, very much this month what happened there. So even this month, if you go to Kailash, you can see many Buddhist monks, especially Tibetan Buddhist monks, and those who practice Vajrayana Buddhism path. They usually, when they do their Heruka, Chakrasamvara, or Vajrayogini, Vajravarahi, practice meditations to gain siddhis, to liberate themselves to the world of the Kechara, the pure land of the Vajrayogini, which is in Kailash. Okay? So, the three things that which I explained before is the renunciation. You not renunciate externally. Some people renunciate, they don't want to live with the family, they don't want to talk with the people, they don't mingle with people, they solitude, they isolate themselves, and then they're doing practice, which is good, but that's not the sole practice of renunciation. Renunciation must come from your inner self. Means, even though you live with your family, even though you live with your loved ones, even though you live with the circumstance where attachments arose, but by that you can practice your Dharma, practice your meditation using to tackle that attachment into non-attachment. That's the real Dharma practice. Some people think, what is spiritual practice? What is Dharma practice? Some people think, I'm doing this mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, and I chanting Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. It is not yes, it is Dharma practice, it is very good, it's a good spiritual practice, but eventually that is not the actual practice. The actual practice is when whatever you learn from the Buddha's teachings, you apply in your daily life. Means when you talk to others, you mingle with others, you benefit others. That is the actual Dharma practice or spiritual practice. Let's say in 24 hours, in 2 hours, you're doing the sadhana, you're doing mantra japa, you're doing this and you're doing that. That is a small Dharma practice. There's a pinch of a Dharma practice. But actual Dharma practice is actually out of 24 hours, and you minus the 2 hours for your sadhana, the last 22 hours is your actual Dharma practice, actual spiritual practice. Okay? So people misguided, misinformed in that way. So renunciation should happen in your inner words. Okay? Second is a bodhichitta. Whatever tantric practice, whatever ishta that you practice, you must have compassion and wisdom together. Why are you doing that practice? In order to benefit many, many beings. In order to benefit many, many beings. By directly or indirectly to them. Okay? Let's say you're practicing Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay, Om Tari Tu Tari Tu Re Swa. Let's say, for example, yeah, you're practicing in that way. You can benefit many beings surrounds you. Even you can benefit your animal, your pets. Even you can benefit your dead ones, your relative that who have gone beyond, who are dead. You can benefit them. You can benefit non-seen beings like nagas, like spirits, and so on. They're actually part of our samsaric world. Okay, when you're practicing, you become a Vajrayogini or Vajravarahi or any of the tantric deity that you're practicing as your main idam or Ishtadevata. Not to gain powers, not to gain fame, not to gain name, but to transform your mind to benefit beings, compassion. By practicing compassion, by benefit many beings, by that you attain wisdom, prajna. And when you attain the wisdom, you realize emptiness, shunyata. By that you attain enlightenment. That's so very easy. Even the Buddha himself said, Buddha said that I attain enlightenment. Okay, attain enlightenment is very easy as how you see the full moon. That's how easy it is. Even like example like Vajrayogini tantric practice, Vajravarahi tantric practice, or Chakrasamvara tantric practice is very easy. Even you can guarantee you this liberation or enlightenment in this lifetime. Even in Tibet nowadays, 21st century, yeah, in Tibet, lot of people, monk or normal people like you and me, attain many supreme signs of accomplishment in her practice. Okay, so that's the second thing, renunciation and bodhichitta. Number 3 is a shunyata. This realization of shunyata, it's very hard for me to explain. I cannot explain in detail here because it's very complex teachings. Okay, simply I can say that in Buddhist traditions, yeah, you becoming as a Vajravarahi, you're transforming your surrounding in the surrounding of the pure land of Vajravarahi. Whoever sees you, whoever you see, male, female, whoever you see is the emanation of Vajravarahi. You yourself is Vajravarahi. Whoever you see is also Vajravarahi. Whatever sounds that you is the mantra of Vajravarahi. And all this thing happens. Actually transform your living, how to say, living environment into environment of pure land. It's actually your mind transformation. So this is how Buddhist tantric meditation helps you to counterpart your depression, to counterpart your stress, to counterpart your self, how to say, self-cherishing, self-loneliness, no courage, no. So this is very important thing. So by transform yourself as a Vajrayogini, by transform surrounding you as the pure land or Vajrayogini loka or world, whatever sounds that you hear in your ear is the mantra of Vajrayogini. By that you gain the experience very quickly. It's actually psychological effects, pure science. Okay, so by that, when you have compassion and wisdom, when you realize in that state, when you achieve in that state, you will realize a shunyata or emptiness. Emptiness is something not, see, people misunderstanding shunyata or emptiness, the Buddhist teachings, as nothing. Actually it's not nothing, but is a pure dissolution of all compound matters and immatters. Let's say I give you some example, yeah. Okay, this is a lighter. Okay, I try my best to explain this shunyata concept, yeah, but it's not the actual point, but I tried my best. This we know is lighter, because in our mind we label it as a lighter. This is an object we see by our senses, eye, and by in our mental formations we see that this is a lighter. We label it. Let's say, okay, we attach with it. Okay, this is my lighter. I love this my lighter. I cannot give to anyone. You see, object, senses, mental formations, and consciousness. By these things enter into consciousness, okay, it will be attached with that object, or not only object, with the people, with the circumstance. Okay. by that, I take out every part of this lighter. I take out this, I take out this, I take out this. Okay, I take out everything, every parts. I take out. Visit the same lighter is there. I cannot use lighter because it's showing warning. Okay, as this speaker. If I take out every parts of this speaker, I take out this part, I take out this part, and I take out internal part, everything into pieces. Where this speaker gone? Okay, where this speaker gone? Will it be the same speaker that you see now if I dismantle every part in here? No. So where this speaker gone? You see, that's how our mind actually labeling it. So at the end, every parts that you dissolve, you burn into it, at the end is only ash. So in that dissolution is actually the emptiness. That is not the actual meaning. Yeah, I'm just trying to try my best to make you understand. Dissolutions of every matter and the consciousness is actually the emptiness. Not emptiness is something like nothingness. Okay, it's not nothingness. Okay, it's dissolution. So these three things, whenever you understand, at least you understand that these three things, whenever you practice the higher tantric practice like Vajrayogini and so on, even in that sadhana, there's a generation of yourself as Vajrayogini, and you dissolve yourself into nothingness, into emptiness. You dissolving your matter, your mind, everything you dissolve into single nada or single bindu, one point. Where this point itself will dissolve into emptiness, shunyata. By that, your mind will become free from conceptual thoughts, free from dualistic, and eventually you attain wisdom, you attain enlightenment. That is how prominent working in a Buddhist practice. Okay? So, any other questions if you guys would like to ask, you can ask, because this month is a month of a Vajravarahi, month according to the Buddhist traditions. It's very good if you share the Dharmic knowledge each other to benefit many beings. So solely benefit many beings. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? If any questions you would like to regarding your spiritual practice, your meditations, your mind, how to transform your mind. That day I have a talk about thought transformation teachings. So it's very good. So if you have any questions, you may ask. Why like, what is the benefit by seeing a Buddha statue? Okay, this one is very important questions here. Why, what is benefit by just seeing a Buddha statue? Not only called Shakyamuni Buddha, like you see Tara, you see Vajravarahi, you see Chakra Samvara, you see Kala Chakra, all these enlightened forms for you to plant the seed of enlightenment in your mind stream. By seeing them, by praying to them, by contemplating their form, actually helps to plant the seed in your mental consciousness, in your mind, for you in order in future to gain the empowerments, to gain their practice. Eventually you practice to become a Buddha, a supreme Samyak Sambuddha, enlightened Buddha. Whatever Siddhartha Gautama achieved, we too can achieve. Not only him, he showed the path to become a Buddha. Siddhartha Gautama, he showed the path to become a Buddha. Even he himself can achieve. Why we cannot? He was born from a mother. He was born from a womb. He was a man. He was married and have a child. Same like you and me, a human being. But then he practiced. He gained that Buddhahood or Buddha state. He achieved that state level. Why we cannot? There's a lot of method in that. Yes, even Shakyamuni Buddha or Gautama Buddha teach 84,000 volumes of method how to you to become a Buddha. That's greatness of the Buddha. Not like other gurus or other places says, oh, you cannot be like me because I am your guru. You see, even though Buddha attained the level of Buddhahood, he teach others, for you also can become like me to attain the state of Buddhahood, the supreme state. That's how the compassion of the Buddha is. Okay? What is the external object like these pictures, Vajravarahi pictures or Buddha pictures? She's actually a Buddha. She's not a goddess or what. She's a Buddha. The manifestation of the Buddha's mind. The wisdom mind. She is actually Sarva Buddha Dakini, the wisdom of essence of all the Buddhas. Okay? That's the reason. By seeing her form is actually have a lot of symbolic meaning behind her each form. The Katri, the Kapala, and the Kapala Mala. Why she naked? Why she have three eyes? Why she have ball? It's actually a meaning, a symbolic, not the actual. You see, when you open this fire, by your eye you can see the fire, but if you put in the shadow, you cannot see the fire. So she exists, nor she not exist. Okay, that's very important here for you to understand that. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Am I talking a lot? Because I'm very curious, not curiosity, artistically, I'm very happy to share this Dharma knowledge to others. Okay, yes, in our tantric practice there's a certain things we should not share to commoners or to the public, but you can show them the picture. You can show them for them to understand, for them to realize, for them to plant the seed in their mind, so that in future it can benefit them. Okay, so in this degenerate age, in this Kali Yuga, Hayagriva, Vajrayogini or Chakrasama, these three deities practice is very, 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 very sufficient and important practice for you to practice. Namyo Horenge Kyo is this. Okay, you can chant Om Mani Padme Hum. It's very easy. Okay, you chant Om Mani Padme Hum or Tara mantra Om Taritu Taritu Re Swaha. It's very good. Okay. Any questions? Any questions that you have, you may ask. So we may have darshan of this Vajravarahi in this auspicious month of Vajrayogini. You see, Vajrayogini and Vajravarahi is very, very same. They are both are same. Okay, so it's very good. Try to practice. Try to learn more. Try to learn more under good proper guru or Buddhist guru. If you're practicing Buddhist path, then you find a good proper Buddhist guru and apply in your daily life. Have a consistency and effort in your Dharma practice, in your sadhana and so on, meditation. Okay, you must do like that. It's benefit you a lot. Okay, so may you all have a blessed Vajrayogini month. May you benefit many beings. Okay, and Tashidale Namo Buddhaya. May you be well and happy. Okay, take care.